So something that is very interesting to me is that I've gone and met with two cryptocurrency miners in my life. One was in China and one was in America. Can one of you explain how I believe it's Litecoin and Dogecoin have now, there's like merged mining, right? Can one of you explain how that works and what it means?
There's a technology called auxiliary proof of work, or Aux Power. It was something that was introduced, otherwise known as merged mining. Back in the day, Dogecoin had this problem where it got through its block rewards really quickly. So it kind of mined out its initial 100 billion really quickly. It was becoming not really profitable to mine Dogecoin alone. A lot of people were freaking out, like, what do we do to maintain the kind of future existence of the security of the network? And Charlie Lee actually came into the Dogecoin community, I think it's all probably documented on Reddit somewhere, and was like, I think you should merge mine with Litecoin. You should implement Aux Power, and this will save. You know, he had, I think he had a bit of a savior complex at the time. He was like, we'll come in and Litecoin will save it. And the reason it's able to do that is that Litecoin and Dogecoin are both on the same script hashing function, essentially. What happens then is that these miners that have these mining operations, you know, they generate random numbers every so many minutes. Instead of submitting that to just one network, they submit it to two, and they stand a chance to get the reward for both of them, right? So like, why wouldn't you? You're doing the work anyway. There's actually other script coins now that are all within this kind of big thing. Although it's funny that now I think Dogecoin is probably the leading reason that people are mining rather than Litecoin. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the profitability, but.
Well, my point was going to be that when I was in China, they were mining Bitcoin and Litecoin. This was in 2018. They were mining Bitcoin and Litecoin. I was surprised that they had Litecoin miners, but they were all about it. And then when I went to the American, it was a very small, just like an individual, but he was mining Litecoin, Dogecoin. He was telling me that he would win these, mostly Dogecoin, I think. But then he would instantly sell that Dogecoin out into Litecoin, and then would sell that Litecoin into USDC or Tether or whatever, and then would sell that into actual US dollars. So this is it's similar to the way you said it, you started, which is like, okay, I'll use my PayPal to buy the Linden Cash to then buy the Feather coin. And this is like, okay, I'll mine the Dogecoin, sell that into Litecoin, sell the Litecoin into a stable coin, and then I'll exit to fiat. It's just like incredible to me, like so insane. But I guess what I'm saying is that Litecoin and Dogecoin are like, people are genuinely mining these cryptocurrencies still. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's hard for me to imagine. I can only imagine for you how you feel about that, you know?
I've met a lot of miners in my life, and I think they're actually incredibly simple people. not intellectually, but I think their motives are very simple to read. You know, can I get electricity at a cost that is lower than what I'm going to reap by burning that electricity? Like that's all they do day in, day out. And so while there are probably a very tiny slither of people with probably negligible hash rate who like mine Dogecoin or something because they just think it's cool or they do it for giggles, I think the majority of all mining hash power is people that are driven by one thing, which is profit.
Probably the number one problem I have in the cryptocurrency industry is profit maximalists. But yeah, like maybe you're right. Ultimately, that's the only thing keeping the entire industry going is profit maximalism, right? It's not like gold where you're mining it and maybe you can use it for electronics or something. This is strictly a profit play. And if there's no profit, they're not going to do it anymore.
Oh, yeah. The whole industry is that. Everything about it is profit maximalism. Any kind of dressing around that is simply a veil to obfuscate the fact that it is just profit maximalism. I actually saw a really interesting thing this morning on CoinMarketCap. The video today was this guy, and he's like, are you sick of hodling your NFTs? Why don't you lend them out and get yield on NFTs? And I'm like, that completely blows up the whole like, well, we're helping starving artists, or it's really about having ownership. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about making a buck.